I'm loath to go over. I'm not going to go over the. Well, we'll see. I don't really want to go over the dynamics of this big debate we had about Lukaku and the interview. The only thing I'm going to say, and this is factual, we're talking about the struggles up front now and blah, 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 and how he struggled to fill the void when he was injured. I think it was his ankle, and then he had COVID. The 2 games prior to all the nonsense before he was dropped, and then had to give this ridiculous PR public apology, and then all of a sudden things have sort of mushroomed a little bit more, was the 2 games that Lukaku was back, he scored in both games. So there was, before the Liverpool game. So there was somewhat of momentum for him coming back from injury. He came off the bench against Villa and a turgid performance, scored a great header. Great header that got them, I think, got them off and running.
So this is Tuchel's fault. If he played him against Liverpool, he would have taken the chance against Manchester City.
I'm not going back over that. I'm just pointing out factual. I'm pointing out something that's factual.
But also it's factual he played against City and he was terrible.
Yeah, I know. But the whole thing had consequences. And for me, he came back, he scored. He'd already given that interview a couple of weeks before the Villa game, whatever it was. He came back, scored a great goal against Villa, they won. He then played against Brighton, he scored another very good goal. I think it was Brighton at home. They didn't win the game, they drew the game, but he scored. So he's 2 games back, 2 goals. And then he decides to leave him out. And then what can you lose? And there's a big storyline, and we've all talked about it. And then there's a kind of loss of momentum after that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to say at the time. It was more than just that game. You lose that bit of momentum that he had built up as well. And now we have this problem. Well, now the issue is for Tuchel, how he's going to figure it out. And how he's going to not be embarrassed by Man City, who could wipe the floor, potentially with them and Liverpool, but potentially with Chelsea, who could be, I tell you, they could be fighting for that top 4.
How does he fix it? Obviously, as you mentioned, Brighton tomorrow. What do you do? How do you approach this differently you did City?
I think I try and get somebody closer to him, and I might tweak the system a little bit. If he wants to leave it as the 3 at the back, fine. I don't think you're going to get the most, as Joe said, out of Alonso and Azpilicueta in that position. They don't have the dynamism anymore or the pace. They'll get up now and again, but not with the same ferocity that Chilwell and Reece James get up and down that flank and can get crosses in. That's what he needs. He needs crosses, he needs delivery, he needs balls in behind. If that means getting a partner alongside him, fine. And if that's not working and they don't get a good result at Brighton, and that's possible, or at Brighton, he might have to look at the shape of the team and how he changes to a back 4 and that changes the dynamic in front of him. He's going to have to do something. I don't think he can keep rolling on the way it is unless they start winning and pick the momentum up, and then he can just leave it alone. But it hasn't looked likely over the last few weeks that that's going to happen.
It's a bad weekend, wasn't it, for Chelsea?
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.